Good evening. Hopefully some of you can join me tonight, but if not, don't worry. We will be saving this video and uploading it to our page. So I just wanted to jump in, being the first week back at school. I just thought I'd jump on and share a little bit about what we've been implementing heading back to school. So I'm a mum of 3 kids, for those of you that don't know. I also am a wife to a FIFO hubby, and I'm very lucky that he is actually home at the moment. So he's been here to help me through the first week back at school. So I guess this can be a pretty hectic time. You know, you've had 6 weeks off or sometimes more. One of my children had, I think, nearly 9 weeks off school, and we didn't have a lot of routine through the holidays. So heading back into structured learning, I have children that are 2 teenagers and 1 that is just starting grade 2. So we're at opposite ends of the schooling spectrum, I guess. So there's different pressures and things that are there. So one going into senior schooling, you know, one sort of early years of high school, and one right at the start of primary school, pretty much. So yeah, and each child is, you know, well, we all are, not just our children, but we're also very different, and we all cope with things differently. So yeah, I just wanted to talk about a few little strategies that we use and a few different essential oils that we incorporate into our day, and hopefully they can help you too. So hopefully you can take something away from this. I do have my notes here because I tend to ramble on a little bit, and I really wanted to share as much as I possibly can tonight. So yeah, bear with me if I am looking down at my notes to keep myself on track. So I guess one of the really big things I wanted to share was that I have pretty much always been someone who has said, oh, I don't do routine, I'm not big on routines, you know, we just kind of go with the flow and we get stuff done. But if I'm totally honest, and this is something that you know, as I grow and learn myself, I'm really starting to realise that that's just a load of rubbish and just one of those stories that I like to tell myself. And we have been trying to implement a few little routines, and the difference that that's making for us is huge. Whether it be, you know, little routines as a family, or whether it just be routines for myself to help me as a mum cope with each day, and to help the day run smoothly, to help the emotions that we all feel throughout the day, because those little routines can really have such an impact. You know, if you're running around like a headless chook, like I really have done in the past, you know, that has a ripple effect on everyone in your family, and not only everyone in your family, but also, you know, the other people you come into contact throughout the day. So yeah, we are really noticing that some of those little strategies are really helping. So, you know, just the basic things like lunch boxes the night before, you know, making sure the kitchen is totally tidy before we go to bed at night. Yeah, they're just a couple, but, you know, it does make a big difference. So yeah, anyway, we'll get on to the oils. So I guess I really wanted to start tonight. These oils are reasonably new to us, and they are not available to us through the Australian doTERRA warehouse at the moment. But if you have a wholesale account, you can actually access these through the US warehouse really easily. These are the beautiful kids collection. So I've got mine in a little pouch, so they come as a set. So when I purchased them, you could only get them as a set, but you can also buy them individually now. So they're a bunch of 6 individual little roller blends specifically designed for children and at a safe dilution for children. They also come with these handy little carabiner tops. So these pop on the top of the bottles and you can hang them off the kids' bags or the nappy bag or whatever you like. They come with these most gorgeous little flashcards. And, you know, I just love these so much. These are perfect for school-age children. Because each of these little flashcards, there's one for each of the oil blends, and it tells you what they're for. So the children, you know, if they're able to read, or you can read them to them, they can actually have a flick through here and find something that really resonates with them, with how they're feeling in that moment. I'm so big on helping children to acknowledge their own feelings and be a little bit more in tune with what they're feeling, because this is something that I personally as an adult have started to journey through myself, I guess over the last few years, and being so much more aware of my emotions, and being able to support myself through different emotions. So I just love this so much. So yeah, these are great little flashcards. But anyway, we're going to get started. So I think probably when I think about heading back to school, the first blend that sort of popped into my head was the Thinker blend. So previous to having these beautiful children's collection, we would use something called In Tune. So this is In Tune. This blend is undiluted, so this is pure essential oils, this one. And In Tune is the focus blend, so it supports with focus, clearly. Super, super strong, this oil, but man, it's amazing. So this one is really, really great for any children or any person in general that has trouble with focusing or concentrating, staying on task, that sort of stuff. If you're using In Tune, you really need to dilute this for children. So you would get another empty roller bottle and you would take the top off this one and pour a very small amount into the bottom of an empty roller bottle, and then you would top it up with fractionated coconut oil or another carrier oil. But it is amazing. So it's a great one that you can use for everyone, and you can make it up at different dilutions if you wish. Some grown-ups do use it just straight from this roller bottle, but the beautiful Thinker blend from the kids collection is great for that as well. So it's an alternative to the In Tune, totally different aroma. This one here has vetiver. Of course, that's why I like it, because vetiver is probably my most favorite oil. Peppermint, clementine, and rosemary. So rosemary is fantastic if you are wanting to stay on task, stay alert, focused, if you are having a bit of a study session. So yeah, great for children before they go to school. So you can just roll this one over the backs of their neck. You could also roll it on the temples, or even just across the, you know, the forehead. I like to sometimes put these sort of oils through just on the hairline there. So this one is designed for helping to support alertness, clarity, that kind of stuff. So as you can imagine, with the kids going back to all that structured learning at school, this is really going to help them during class time. Let me see. So you can also roll this one on the wrists. You can also get the kids to roll it on their hands and then just cup it over their face like this, not over the eyes, over the nose and the mouth, and just take some beautiful deep inhalations of that one. It might be a nice one for them to take to school if you're comfortable with that, and just to, you know, so that they can feel that they can reapply it through the day. When I'm talking through these oils, we're going to go through a few emotional, actually I'll touch on that shortly. We'll talk about it. I won't get ahead of myself. So yeah, Thinker is a beautiful one, number one for starting the day if you need focus. So next I'm going to talk about Brave. I love Brave. So Brave is the orange. Brave is beautiful. So Brave is our courage blend. It has gorgeous wild orange, amorous, osmanthus, and cinnamon. It's so, like, it's such a citrusy, beautiful smell. So if you have a child, you know, who lacks a little bit of confidence, they need a bit of a boost of courage, you know, a bit of self-belief, that sort of stuff, Brave is perfect. Now, I actually do not choose oils for my 7-year-old. She has been using oils for a couple of years now. Hey Kyla, I know you love this one too. And I just love to, you know, she's learned a little bit about oils. She loves to come along to my classes. But, you know, she's a pretty in tune little person. And I let her pick. So she loves to read the flashcards. She loves to just have a bit of a look, a bit of a feel, think, and she will choose for herself. So as I'm talking through these, like, you know, your child may resonate with different blends. So don't think that, you know, if your child, you know, lacks a bit of confidence and, you know, that sort of stuff, don't feel that they have to go for Brave. You know, there may be something else that works perfectly for them. These are just a couple of suggestions, but, you know, when it comes to essential oils and kids, obviously not babies, sorry, you can probably hear it's just started raining here, which is amazing. We so need it, but it may get a little bit noisy in the background. It sounds quite heavy. So yeah, Brave is just so gorgeous. This would be a lovely one to put on before they, you know, as they're getting ready for school. Roll it on the soles of their feet, roll it across their chest, over their heart, on their wrists. This would be a perfect one. So there's a couple of ways. If you're not comfortable with your children taking the oils to school, or perhaps they're in a long daycare service, so in a long daycare service, some may not be comfortable with you allowing your child to have these in their bag. So you may need to use these essential oils on them before they go to their long daycare, their kindy, their school. So you might need to find another way. So obviously you can apply it to them before they go, while they're still at home, or you can get things like this. So this is a diffuser necklace. These, this is actually mine, so it's a super, super long chain. And you can get smaller, sorry, this pendant's quite big, but you can get smaller ones, and they just have a little felt pad in them. A little felt pad, and you put a few drops of essential oil on there, and they can wear it around their neck, and it just diffuses throughout the day. So it's beautiful, it's perfect. And you can tuck it inside their shirt, so if they have a shirt that buttons up, just tuck it inside their shirt, and if they need to throughout the day, they can just grab it out and have a little smell. Some other things you can do is, my daughter has so far been allowed to wear diffuser bracelets, so these ones that have the porous lava beads on them. So she hasn't had any trouble with school wearing those. So that's another great option, you know. They can put the oils on their lava beads, and that will last them throughout the day. And that way, if they need to, they can just take a little moment and breathe those oils in. You can also look at using something like a tissue. So you can put some oils on a little tissue and pop it in their pocket if they've got a little zip-up pocket, or, you know, any pocket. And, you know, if they feel they need to, they can just have that comfort of grabbing that throughout the day and taking it out, and no one even really needs to know. They can just grab the tissue out and use that as they feel they need to. So anyway, there's a few little tips for you. I think we covered everything with Brave. So promoting feelings of confidence and courage. When children are heading into those new and different kind of situations they might be feeling a little bit nervous about, the Brave Courage Blend is a really great option for supporting them through that. Next, I'm going to go on to Steady. So Steady is the grounding blend. So yeah, I talk a lot about our beautiful Balance grounding blend, and that's a hugely popular blend within our household. We pretty much diffuse it most days. We use it every morning, and it is fantastic. So that is another alternative. But in the children's collection, Steady would be pretty much your comparable kind of blend for the children to use. So Steady grounding blend. It has a really unusual smell to it, this one. Amorous balsam fir, coriander and magnolia flower. So the magnolia is quite strong in this blend, but just gorgeous. So the Steady, perfect. It's really perfect for daily use, for helping to soothe feelings of stress or anxious feelings. So this is a really good one to roll over the back of the neck. So the back of the neck is such a great spot to apply your essential oils. So back of the neck, the wrists, again over the chest would be a great place to apply this. So just if they're feeling a little bit overwhelmed and just need to find a bit of balance in their morning or any time throughout the day, it may even be a good one to use in an afternoon. You know, with so much going on at school, that can be a little bit overwhelming and a little bit overstimulating. So this might be a nice one to carry in the car when you're picking the kids up from school and allowing them to use that. Or you could even you can get these in a little car diffuser version that slots onto the vent in the car. So you could even be rolling something like this onto the little pad of your car diffuser, so that when you're picking them up from school, that's already going in the car. So yeah, there's some little tips. So yeah, Balance would be the alternative to that. So if you don't have the kids collection, you can go with Balance. So Balance is a really beautiful one to diffuse with any of your citrus oils or your citrus blends. So things like wild orange or your citrus bliss blend. So Balance and citrus bliss are beautiful together. Let me think. Oh, any of the citrus really, it would be beautiful with. I'm loving green mandarin at the moment. So this week I've been diffusing Balance and green mandarin quite a bit. It's gorgeous. So that might be one to try. So yeah, soles of the feet is a really great place to apply Balance. So we do that of a morning, applying Balance to the soles of our feet, just to support us through the day. Okay, so Stronger. This is the children's protective blend. So the Stronger, as the name kind of suggests, is to basically protect the children when they're exposed to lots of people, and therefore lots and lots of germs and bugs and things that could be around. So perfect to start the day with rolling this on the soles of their feet before they put their shoes on for school. Also along their spine is another great spot to put this one. So when environmental threats are high is the great time to be using this one, or daily, like I said. So the alternative that a lot of people would have when they get started with their Home Essentials kit would be our On Guard Protective Blend. So this one's nearly empty. We use this a lot. So this one is very similar to the Stronger, like similar properties. This one has clove in it, so it has that strong clovey smell. But yeah, super, super awesome to be apply. You can apply this one, dilute it and apply it topically. So again, on the soles of the feet and up the spine. But this is also great to be diffusing. So everyone who has children should have this on guard. So I like to just pop a few drops in the diffuser. I often will put it with other things, so I like to add lemon to it. It's nice to balance out the smell of it. If the environmental threats are quite high and there's some, you know, you're experiencing any sort of respiratory issues, so then you would like to probably put something like Easy Air. So Easy Air and the On Guard together are really, really fantastic, particularly during the winter months. So On Guard we use not only for topical use and diffusing, we use this in so many of our cleaning products. So it's fantastic for all your DIY cleaning products. Let me see, Calmer. It's hiding down here in the bottom. So the Calmer is the restful blend. So if you think overall, general, just really calming or sleep support. So, oh, yum. So this one has lavender, Buddha wood, Roman chamomile, so super, super calming oils. Hey, Ella, hope you're having a good night. So Calmer is just, it's a really delicate aroma to it. It's really, really lovely. So this one would be great for soothing, supporting soothing and relaxed feelings. So generally, if you just want to create a relaxed atmosphere, at any time of the day, but specifically at night. So I would be using this one of an evening. So rolling it on their feet, rolling it along their spine, over their chest, back of their neck. You could even apply this one sort of along the hairline here or over the temples. Or get your children to do it. Get your kids to have a bit of ownership of this and apply it where they want to apply it. You know, you can give them some ideas, but just let them go with it. Obviously, don't let them put it in their eyes or anything, but, you know, within reason and age appropriate. But, yeah, it's really beautiful. So that is from the kids collection. But some alternatives for that would be from the mood management kit is our beautiful lavender peace blend. So this one's fantastic in the diffuser of a night time. If we put this in my daughter's diffuser in her room, we put 1 to 2 drops. It's that strong. I mean, these oils are so pure and potent. It's really important to remember that less is more. So you don't need to go overboard. Obviously, in a bigger space, a big open space, you would need more. But in a bedroom, I would keep it to 1 to 2 drops. That's plenty. So yeah, that's a really beautiful, beautiful sleep blender lavender piece. So yes, let's see. One of the other things I wanted to share with you was this awesome little ointment here, Correct-X. So I have had this little tube here. It's definitely over 12 months. I couldn't tell you exactly how long, but it's definitely over 12 months. So it's in like a little ointment tube. This is fantastic, this stuff. So if you've got really active children, whether it be at school or they're involved in lots of sports, off riding their bikes and skateboards and, you know, riding horses, whatever they're doing, if they get cuts and scrapes and that sort of stuff, this stuff is amazing. So it has so many beautiful healing oils in it: frankincense, the king of oils, helichrysum, cedarwood, tea tree, and lavender. So it's just amazing, this stuff. You only need the tiniest little amount. Yeah, it's super, super awesome. So would highly recommend you get this, and it will last you forever. So you can ditch the the typical first aid creams and stuff, and just this little guy will be awesome for you. An alternative to that, you could make up your own little roller blend in one of these empty this one is empty because I'm going to show you how to make a roller blend, but you can get these empty roller bottles and make up your own blend of something just like a couple of drops of lavender and a couple of drops of tea tree and maybe a drop of frankincense, because frankincense is amazing for everything. And top it up with your fractionated coconut oil, and you've got a great little blend to support your active children. So that's another quick little alternative. So yeah, I just thought I would also just quickly touch on some of our top 10 oils. So, and just some ways that we use them specifically for our children. So I'm going to start with frankincense. I'm not going to go into a lot about frankincense tonight. I always tell people to go and do their own research on frankincense. There's so much fantastic research about it. Yeah, so just go and have a look yourself. But one of the things that we use this most for is if the children, you know, they've had a pretty big day, a little bit tired, and they're feeling a little bit, you know, tense in the head region. We like to use frankincense, so just diluting a little bit. So even one drop in a little bit of carrier oil, so you just get a little dish, or you could even make up a roller blend again, so a few drops of frankincense. Hey Rhonda! Yeah, so, you know, 5 to 10 drops of frankincense in a bottle would be ample, depending on your child and their age. So if you'd like to know correct dilutions, you can just send me a message and I'll help you out with that. But yeah, frankincense, fantastic for any of the head tension that they might be feeling. So you can just roll it over the temples, over the back of the neck, and I also like to put it here along the forehead, but just right near that hairline there. So it's really, really supportive for that. Even just this tiniest bit of your roller blend of frankincense rolled onto the palm of your hand, or, you know, the base of your hand, and rubbed together, and just breathing it in would be really supportive for that as well. So yeah, that's one of the main things we use frankincense for with the children. Oregano, where is he? He's here. So oregano is a bit of a powerhouse. So when those environmental threats are high, this is a good one to pull out. Pop in your diffuser, maybe one drop. Maybe mix it with a bit of your On Guard that we were talking about earlier. And one drop. I would do this in an open space, not in a bedroom. But oregano is actually also really, really great if you have any warts and things like that. So highly, highly diluted. This is a very hot oil. So yeah, it would be like one drop in a roller bottle, depending on the age, obviously. What are we on to next? Easy Air. Easy Air I did touch on a little bit before, but this is our clear blend. So when you need to feel clear and calm in your breathing, this is the one that you want to pull out. So so yeah, any sort of coughs and respiratory struggles, Easy Air would be really supportive for that. So great to combine with your On Guard. Easy Air is another one that you can just roll a little bit diluted on your hand and just breathe in. I also like to do this with peppermint. So before I go to the gym every morning, I always go to my oil station and I put a drop of peppermint in my hand and a little bit of carrier oil, and I breathe it in, some nice deep breaths. Then I rub it, the remainder, over my chest, and then I rub the rest of it over the back of my neck. and I am finding that so awesome. I used to have to pull out my other supportive medicines to help me when I'm at the gym, because I was a little bit unfit. But yeah, using the peppermint has just been amazing for me. Super awesome. So I'm loving that. But yeah, easy air, fantastic for all the clear breathing. You can also apply it diluted or even in a bit of like solid coconut oil over the chest or on the soles of the feet. Can be a really great way to use that one. Where are we? Peppermint. So we did just touch on peppermint a little bit. Just bear in mind, peppermint is very, very cooling. So with children, always use this one diluted. So if your child is feeling a little bit hot, you know, in Queensland at the moment, it is really hot. So yeah, if you just need to lower the body temperature a little bit, you can put some diluted peppermint on the soles of the feet. We have a little peppermint spray that we make up in a little spray bottle with a few drops of peppermint, and it's beautiful to mist, you know, over the backs of their shoulders, even for the grown-ups, just to cool you down a little bit on those super hot days, or, you know, generally when you're just feeling a little bit hot. Oh, what else? Peppermint is also really great for focus. So I love to use things like peppermint and lemon, or peppermint, lemon, and a bit of rosemary if I am really wanting to focus, or if I need a little bit of a pick-me-up. So we did talk a little bit about the In Tune and also the Thinker Children's Blend. But your peppermint can also be a nice alternative to that as well, depending on where you're at. Let's see, Digest Zen. This is a biggie in our house. So Digest Zen is our digestive blend. So it's really helpful if you're just feeling a little bit unsettled in the tummy. So whether that be, I guess, on an emotional level, that there's something going on just making, you know, the children feel a little bit unsettled, or whether it be, you know, something that they've eaten too much, that sort of stuff. Just putting a little, you know, a drop of this in, just putting some fractionated coconut oil over their belly, and then a drop of the Digest Zen and rolling that over their belly, or rolling it over their belly, massaging that really gently over their belly in a clockwise direction can be really helpful. So you can also put it on the soles of the feet. That will help as well. And this is fantastic for grown-ups too. I actually had to use this one myself a couple of nights ago. Tend to remember to pull the oils out for the children. But I often forget for myself. It took my husband to remind me, how about you go and get the Digest Zen and try that? So yeah, sometimes we need to remember to look out for ourselves as well as our children. We're just as important. So yeah, Digest Zen is awesome. We also use this one. We take this in the car if we're going on a long car trip. We have one child in particular who really struggles when we are going on long drives and on windy roads. So he often will just breathe this directly from the bottle to help him feel a little bit more settled. Otherwise, we will put it in the car diffuser, or we'll pop a drop on a tissue and shove that in the air conditioning vent just so that it diffuses throughout the car. A roller bottle of this would be perfect to carry in your handbag. So yeah, just make up a little roller blend of that. Obviously dilution would depend on the age of the child again, but yeah, it's a great one to carry around with you everywhere. Ice Blue. Ice Blue is great for any of those muscular niggles and aches and pains. So if you have children that are growing rapidly, you might like to try the Ice Blue. So honestly, less is more with this stuff. So You could use the carrier oil, or I really love to use this doTERRA hand and body lotion. So this has no fragrance in it whatsoever. It's got no essential oils or anything. It's just unscented. And I actually use this quite a bit. I have some varicose eczema on my legs, and I use this quite a bit on that at the moment, just to try and replenish a little bit of that moisture and repair that a little bit, just to help support it. So that would be really great alternative to the carrier oil. Just use that and maybe 1 drop of this, or make up a roller blend and just roll a little bit on their legs. So make up a roller blend with a couple of drops in a 10 ml roller, you know, topped up with fractionated coconut oil, and roll that and just massage it into their legs. And that's, yeah, super helpful. Awesome for grown-ups that have muscular aches and pains too. Lavender I could talk about all night long, but I won't bore you with my lavender stories. But oh, so beautiful and crisp, and I just love this lavender. But I guess basically lavender is very calming. So whether it be for supporting with sleep, it can be calming in that regard, but it can also be calming to the skin. So I use this every day with this on my leg at the moment, where I've got that irritation going on, and it's just so calming to the skin. It's just amazing. So you can use this one in the diffuser of a night time. We carry our, so just be aware that these are the 15 ml bottles that come in the Home Essentials kit of the top 10 oils that you can get. You can also get them in a 5 ml version, or you can actually get them in pre-made rollers. So some people would prefer to just start with having roller bottles pre-diluted. They don't have to mix anything themselves. They can just grab a roller bottle when they need it. It's already safe dilution for topical use. So yeah, I have a couple of these as well. So a lavender roller, this goes everywhere with us. So whether it be just to pop some on because of feeling you need a little bit of calming, or whether it be, you know, we're out and about and the kids have got a little bite or you know, some sort of scratch or something going on, we can just pull out the lavender roller. So it's great for that too. You can also put lavender into a little mist at night. So my daughter used to love that. Before she had her diffuser, we had a little tiny misting spray bottle, and we made up a little sleepy time blend in there. We had lavender, and I think we had something, I can't quite remember what else was in there. And she would lay down on her bed, and then I would mist it over her just before I pulled her sheets up. And, you know, the whole sensation of it, sort of the mist dropping onto her body, she just loved that so much. And then it was on her sheets and over her pillow, so basically diffusing while she goes off to sleep. So yeah, lavender is beautiful and super, super calming. You can also put it in their bath of a night time. So, you know, when you put the younger children into the bath, you can mix, you know, a drop or two of lavender into a tiny bit of fractionated coconut oil, and just put that into the bath. So that's a nice way to start that whole calming process before bedtime. Where am I? So really nice one for a soothing massage as well, you know, a calming massage. Tea tree, so I guess a lot of us, when we smell tea tree, associate that, well, I know I do, and quite a few other people that I've spoken to do as well, but associate that with head lice. So on that note, tea tree is fantastic. So a great one to, you know, make up a little spray and spray it onto the children's hats, or even make up a little roller bottle and you can just roll that sort of around their hairline. Or we also have, at some of our make and take classes that we do a bit of a hairspray that is great for keeping the bugs away. So that is lavender, tea tree, rosemary, and geranium. That's a really nice blend for a head lice spray. So tea tree is also great for any funkiness you've got going on with your toenails and feet. And it's also great if you've got teens that are getting a few breakouts. So you can they can just apply a little bit to those breakouts, and it supports with that. On Guard, we've spoken about heaps, so I'm not going to go into that. That's our protective blend for any seasonal threats. And that's pretty much it, guys. I guess the only other thing I really wanted to share with you all was that as mums and dads having children go off to school and just generally being a parent, you know, this is a hectic time of year. So, you know, I know a lot of you probably all have children who are involved in things other than school. So for us, we have our girls back at dance this week. So we've had dance 3 afternoons. Thanks, honey. So we've had dance 3 afternoons this week, as well as, you know, 3 children going off to school. And you know, it's hectic. It's a lot to get your head around, and I still haven't got my head around everything that's going to be happening. We're just sort of winging it a little bit this week and just sort of getting a feel for, you know, how our weeks are going to pan out, and then we'll start to put in a little bit more structure into our week. But yeah, just take your time, throw in a couple of those little routines I talked about at the start if you can. Share the load. So already this week I have spoken to a good friend and another fellow dance mum, and you know, we're sharing the load with the school run. So don't be afraid to ask for help. And if someone offers to help you with something with your children, or, you know, just with general, you know, life, say yes, you know, accept that help. Because, you know, we all need a little bit of help every now and then, and life is so much easier if we, yeah, just lend a hand to friends and share the load a little bit. So I hope that everyone has had a really good start to the school year. Yeah, and I hope that you all have a fantastic weekend.